Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. We should be in for some fun football today as a very good offense will be on the field. The Packers are top 10 in total yards, and they go up against the Niners, who will have to try and slow them down.
This place first opened way back in 1957. We are inside legendary Lambeau Field here in Green Bay. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Between the San Francisco 49ers and the Green Bay Packers. Room here to run. And he cuts it out right sideline. There he goes right side. Touchdown, 49ers. A big play there with touchdown number 29. Too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Niners have taken the early lead. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a big hit at the end of that one. He's knocked down hard, right at the 20. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
We got three. Come on, let's go. White, 90. Keep moving, boys, moving.
That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice gain.
And he goes in motion here in the backfield. Fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Well, at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he goes out right around the 39. It'll be a gain of 6, and all of a sudden here it's third down. From the gun, Wells. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now.
It wasn't third and long. It was more like third and attainable, and oftentimes offense just want to run enough to pick up a first down. But I think they wanted a break tendency there. Catch the defense plan for the short pass and push it downfield, and they almost collected a big play.
This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and pressure advantage.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Well, this wind is definitely going to be a factor as this game goes along. He's throwing straight into it here in the first quarter, and the ball fluttered on him a little bit. He'll definitely have to file that one away and make a mental note of it.
Here we go now. Blue landing. Blue landing.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Now they'll run it on the toss. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Back to throw. Wells under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast, and a big sack. Second down, sack by the defense. What type of pressure will they bring here on third? We'll see.
Now let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. A tackle for loss there. 2 last week. He's tough to handle coming off the edge.
And when you talk about a defensive end, your first thought is, how does he rush the passer? That's where he makes his big plays getting into the backfield. But the best ones can play the run as well. And that's what we're seeing from him, that excellent combination of holding the point of attack and also getting upfield to make plays in the backfield.
So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us wanted to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit. Taking it over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
And the 49ers getting set to trot out there. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. That one goes for 24 yards.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Brady now on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. The 40. 30, 20, 10, and they will score. It's a Packer touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski, and that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. Now a handoff as they run left side. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Hunter. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 yards through the air and a first down. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now. In motion, the tight end. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Now Brady, flushed out right. Past the 20. Throw right side, caught by Davis. Touchdown, 49ers. A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Niners are able to cash in for 6. Extra point forthcoming. And that makes it 14-10. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Spins past him. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. waiting from the gun. Wells. Throw left side complete. That's Lyons. And he's going to go out of bounds, taking it down inside the 25. A gain of 32 that time.
A lot of receivers see the drag route as a risk-reward type of a play. The risk, going into the middle of the field where there's some big people who want to hit you. But the reward is oftentimes you get lost in coverage, running a little bit underneath. And when you catch it just right, as we just saw there, the end result can be a big, big play.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. Looking to throw. Wells. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
So a second down incompletion now brings up third down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
All right, here we go. Blue 90.
To throw on third down. Wells. Now they go screen. It's complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. The screen does get him 9, but it also brings up a fourth down.
They dialed up the screen pass on third down, and for a second, it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So they were able to move the ball into the red zone, but they'll wind up coming away with just 3.
Yeah, 32-yarder. That's equal to an extra point nowadays, and those are no problem for an NFL kicker.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. They're starting to put some space here. You know, first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They've jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right, trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
All right, here we go. Now, check. Watch it now, Barney. Let's go.
Now they try the right side here. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Yeah, now it's a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. And it looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on third down. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
So now it's 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look, 6 DBs. is Brady on third down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That's a first down if he holds on, but you saw the contact, able to jar it free from him and force a fourth down.
Great play defensively there, as you said, just to knock it free, because if he had caught that, past the sticks, first down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down. I'm no offensive mastermind, but of all the guys on the field to block, you might want to stop him.
Look, I've got a very simple rule. An unblocked defender is usually your best defender, and he ended up making the play there.
Now let's go. Green, 39. Green. Leopard.
On third down, Wells. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And a big 32-yard play on third.
Now let's go. No. Check. Patriot. Gone. Here we go. Check. Patriot.
Back to throw. Wells. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Two minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words. Second down to the offense, needing 5 yards.
Hurry up, here we go. 319. Leopard.
Time running out here on the play clock. Looking to throw. Wells. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back around the 37. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. To throw on second down, Wells eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And they went for a big play through the air on second down, couldn't connect. Now it's third.
Terrific coverage in the end zone that time. Forced him out of the pocket to his right. I thought maybe try and run it there, but no one came open for him. Nice job by the defense of not getting out of their lanes.
The Packers on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue line it.
And the wideout in motion.
Go.
On third down. That's Shaw. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Back to throw. Wells. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. The first down screen pass, good for 5. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
These guys had to settle for a field goal their last time moving the ball down the field. They may have to do it again on this drive. That could be frustrating.
Yeah, I don't want to be cliche, but at least they were able to get 3 last time. 3 here, not the worst thing in the world. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. This one from 35 yards away. And Catanzaro's kick is right through. But wait up now, a flag is down. If this is on the defense, they're going to get the first. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because it had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Brady now on first down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we're at halftime here at Lambeau with the Packers taking the lead to the break. As we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. A big hit. Knocked out sideways.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Well, that's the desired outcome coming out here in the second half, of being able to run the football and establish a little bit of pace and maybe even a bit of dominance at the line of scrimmage. and they want that to continue. Way too early to think about this being ball control time, but the way they're running it, you got to think they may want to continue that and see if they can go ahead and grind their opponents into submission.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. So it'll be first down here after the run.
Here we go now.
From the gun, Wells. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. That throw good for 4. It's second down. And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on second down.
Let's go.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action and hit them over the top.
The Packers on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. And they're definitely showing blitz here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Well, that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
Here we go now. Green. Back there in that Philly. Here we go.
On 3rd down. That's Franklin. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. And no field goal try here from the red zone offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the 49ers are going to get the football back.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 30. Detroit.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Escaping, and now a fumble. Brady loses the football. The ball comes out, and the Packers pick it up. And they came out of the locker trailing. Not a good way to start this second half with their first drive.
Can't imagine that the discussion at halftime encompassed this at all. In fact, I'm sure they talked about, okay, kind of wipe the slate clean, start the second half, and let's go out and play the way we know that we can. That's not a great example of it.
They didn't envision that. They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Now a handoff looking right. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
The Packers on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is third down and 12. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. They'll get 11, but still a little short. Fourth down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And Catanzaro's kick is right through, and that will push the lead up to 5. So making 4 out of 4 now in the field goal department, and he's able to extend their lead.
When drives are bogged down, he's been automatic out there. So nice to have a kicker you can count on to put points on the board.
This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now at Lambeau. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the fourth and final quarter. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Finding some room at midfield. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. Touchdown. 49ers. A great play there. Becoming just the second player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the 49ers have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion.
Now let's go.
Now Brady. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
I think we can figure out why they went for 2 there, right? Up 1, you want to make it a field goal difference if at all possible. They didn't get it. Now they've got to play some defense down the stretch.
Yeah, not much margin for error now for your D. They just have to get it into range. Able to fight through 1 tackle. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the Packers get set to go. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A good first down call as the screenplay gets him 9.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Watch it now, Barney.
Turn up. Kill, turn up.
Here we go now.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. On 3rd down, it's Shaw. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Well, sometimes, Brandon, it's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion. So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's 2nd and long. Defense showing blitz.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wells. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The Packers on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Detroit. Over. Leopard.
Operating from the gun. Wells. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Over the middle, that's caught by Ross. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Here we go. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. So here we go. The Packers will line up to go for 2. Looking to throw. Wells. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there, as his guys will get the football back. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
And leading here late, so a chance for the defense to really close out this game if they can halt the offense.
Here we go now.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
Detroit! All right, now, look at 56. Look at
On play action, now Brady. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. That's caught inside the 20. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A big play there with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the 49ers have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. All right, now what can the Niners do as they face a big 2-point conversion here? Brady now to throw. Flush to his right. And his pass incomplete.
Well, that decision to me was all about pulling up the chart. You know, that beautiful chart that tells you when to go for 2, when to go for 1. I do love it. It helps you with your decision-making during heated times. And just look at it right here in this point of the game. Go for 2. Try and make it a field goal difference.
But now just up 1 makes the rest of this fourth quarter a little more interesting.
Yeah, they followed the chart. They just didn't get the 2 points on the board, did they?
Nope. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. So this offense really needs to make something happen here late in the fourth with the football.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19. Detroit! Detroit! Hurry up, here we go. Boom,
On first down, Wells. Now they go screen. It's complete. No gain on the screen there. It's second down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
Flushed out right. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Ross. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. And they give this time to the tailback. And now running right through him. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And if they want to keep this drive alive, they'll need 8 yards here on 3rd down. The wide receiver moving to a new spot. On 3rd down, it's Shaw. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks at the 15-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards gets him back to where they started, but now 3rd and 10.
Got a quick flash about being in their huddle. Whatever the play call was, it was tagged with these words. Make sure you stay in the middle of the field. That's where we want to be.
And he did just that. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They have gone to the 4th quarter, by the way, in that game in Cleveland. And it was the Jets coming away victorious there. If they hang on, that would up their win total to 5 on the season so far. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. Zero's kick is right through, and the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. So there was a little meat on that bone, a little more than a chip shot considering the circumstances, but he's able to bang it home in what should be the game winner.
And the key was getting him into a good position to kick from. I mean, if that's a 52-yarder, you're going to have some anxious moments, but kickers nowadays, you give them anything under 40, and they're automatic.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. 1 to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary, but you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
Let's see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. And they'll send the tight end in motion. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you've got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly. even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Green Bay, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And they'll have another home date next week as the New York Giants come to town. Meanwhile, for the Niners, it's a disappointing way to lose your first game as they drop to 10-1 now on the year. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Atlanta Falcons come to town. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gunn. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers are winners here as we say so long from Lambeau.